minded. I'm trying to pick, at little things.
Trying to perfect yourself.
Trying to perfect it. So I think it was like episode 7 is when you did it. When you just went
I just put my phone up, and everybody just started chiming in. I think there was like 100 comments.
There was like 100 comments in like an hour.
I was just like, oh, is that simple to do video?
Right.
Because we started out wanting to do video, and we was like, this wasn't around, or at least it wasn't widespread when we were making our plans. So it was just like, but I don't want to do like Vimeo or live stream where you have to click the link, so we just started out with audio because we couldn't figure it out, and then she was like, well, let's do what you're doing.
She didn't even say that. She just put the phone, and all of a sudden we seen her do this. We was like,
and we were just talking.
We live, baby.
Right. So I was just like, dang, man, that was super simple.
Yeah. So we just rolled with it from then on.
We were trying to go around our thumb to get down butts.
So ever since then ever since that I've been on. And I've been enjoying it. I like it. And there's some things that we're trying to do too, like that's branching off of this podcast as well. So
awesome.
Work on her directorial skills.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting my master's right now in creative writing.
What's up, everybody? We are live, just chopping it up.
We are live.
Yes.
What's up, mama?
I love rolling starts. Yeah, I love rolling starts.
No, but at least this time you didn't catch me saying that very ignorant. You know what I mean? Just those times, like, hey, bro, heard what you said. You know what I mean? Pray about it.
Oh my gosh.
Pray about it.
Oh,
man.
man.
A little more for Jesus.
Okay, so
oh, you don't have the headphones on. I was gonna ask you if the mic's picking me up, like where we need to place it.
Oh, this is a good shot.
Okay. All right. Am I good here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So give me
Am I good here?
So it gives you some leeway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know my voice carries.
Yeah, your voice carries.
I don't really need a mic like that.
Things.
You know what I mean?
You guys have that one.
Yes. Is our voice good here?
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, just,
I mean, tweak y'all up a little bit.
There you go. So that's good. That's good.
How soft is your voice?
Right, so I got a sweet voice.
Yeah, no, I'm very loud.
All right. You know what I mean? I see it. You almost went in the red on it.
Oh, man.
Let me share it on our pages.
Mel is
I protect my voice pretty well.
You're talking to the mic this time.
I'm
back.
You back.
I'm back.
I should. Never mind. I'll leave that for another day.
I'm in the conductor seat.
Okay, you're a conductor today? Okay.
Nah, I ain't doing that. I'm a conductor of sound.
Right.
You know what I mean? You do the show part.
Okay.
Because I be talking about one thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, welcome back.
Yes,
welcome back, everybody. Facebook world.
Yes, we are out of L Lab 2.
I mean, YouTube words. Sorry, guys.
We are back in L Lab 1.
Yeah, we back at home.
Back
at home. That's why you're seeing us on YouTube.
You don't see that green room with the windows in the back.
No.
You know what I mean?
You don't.
See, it's live in the living color. We see all these homey colors. It really bring out my chocolatey skin.
This is my actual living room, so I see this every day.
Like, don't be telling people where people at, man.
He lives at. I'm kidding.
Don't know the address.
Exactly. I about to say I don't even remember your address by heart, so
I do.
We're good. We're good for now.
We're good until we get like internet famous and then so.
Where do they live? Just a bunch of people just standing outside.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Hey, touch my hand.
No.
You're like Iron Man and Iron Man 3. I live at such and such Malibu Drive.
See me there.
We can do
Come
meet
at
and
me,
greets.
bro.
We just do meet and greets. We just do meet and greets.
Meet and greets.
Yeah. We're gonna be at Cumberland Mall.
We're gonna do a live show at the Fox Theater. Show up.
Yeah, we're gonna
just set up shop in the middle of the mall.
Come in your best pimp outfit.
What in the world? Like come in your best pimp outfit.
Exactly.
So now we're gonna get this started. Cold start topic. We're talking about business. We're talking about entrepreneurship today. That's gonna be a reoccurring theme. So we're gonna start out with your ideal, or let's say if you could, you would scenario business wise. Like, what would you do if you could do anything? Anything.
I think I would be like a life coach.
Life coach.
A life coach.
And I know people who do that.
Yeah.
Why so?
I think that I give great advice and I'm good at like telling people what to do or
you said it right.
Getting people's life together. Yeah.
All right, Ayan, look.
Fix my life, Zarinah.
Fix it.
Right.
Oh,
That's
man.
a good one.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. I think I would be still in something as far as design. Like, I've always loved fashion or something. So before we started Capo, that's, what I did. I did fashion styling. So I was still in some sort of way. I was in design.
Right. And some kind of design.
Yes, using my hands, doing something.
Yes, she's very stylish.
I see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. You see the shoulders?
Yeah, like, that's a cool way to do that shirt. That's kind of stuff I'm trying to do.
I know, right? You talk about that concept.
Exactly.
The summer concept.
I'm telling you, Gucci gonna want that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Come out with it, they gonna be like, dang.
She can put you on the runway.
Exactly. I come over there like,
Come on.
Anasha Marie.
Stop
Oh my goodness.
I think ideal business. I actually want to have an effective recycling company because I feel like recycling now isn't effective, really, like to an extent. Because whales have over like 2-3 tons of trash in their stomach, so obviously recycling isn't effective. Yeah. Try not to get deep, but or I would have a STEM curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Very, very holistic.
Very you save this earth and save these little young children.
Exactly.
How about you, Crenshaw Mel?
Wow, all the women are going first. Okay, so
Of course, ladies first.
Unless you want me to go first.
No, I feel like there's nothing that'll be too far from the creative realm. But my passion and something I would love to do full time is working with youth and helping them develop a professional portfolio to help them land entry-level jobs right out of high school.
Right.
So I myself am a filmmaker / photographer, and so I feel like a lot of the times there are communities that lack the resources to be able to have access to quality equipment and places and establishments to be able to develop in their crafts. And so I wanted to be able to create a place where they can come and get those skills and develop those skills, and especially like in the middle school and high school era. So where it's like I'm helping you create like a quality, portfolio and as well getting the experience that you need, because I feel like a lot of times when you're applying for jobs, like you need X amount of years of experience.
Yes.
And it's like how
if you don't give it to me, where am I gonna get it from? Right.
So I'm all about education and promoting that as well. But if there is an opportunity that I could create for students to get that same amount of education and build a professional portfolio to be able to show an entry-level job, manager, employer, then like they can get that job right out of high school. Or I'm all about entrepreneurship as well. So it's like starting your own business like right in middle school, right in high school. So when you get out, you're good. You're good to go. So that would probably be something I would do. Or like being a film director. That's something I aspire to be. I'm a screenwriter and film director already. So it's like something I would love to do full time, which is I'm striving to do anyway. So
we need more women film directors.
Yes, we do.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Then I can act in some of this stuff.
You are
definitely need to act.
Steven Hill, keep it real.
Well, I've already started a graphics company. I just really want to take more time and expand it. Just expand its reach. But other than that, I really would want to do something. Well, my big one is like invest with some people and open a movie theater in my community.
Okay.
Because I grew up where we didn't have a first run movie theater for like within 20 miles. Okay. Exactly, you know. And then when we did get one, it just seemed like it was really corporate. And they didn't really do a lot for the community right outside of its doors. They had charities and stuff like the Will Rogers Institute or something like that, but nothing that directly affected the community.
Right.
So I would like just like one theater, it's not a chain, it's like one place where, they'll have community events, like different things to pull people in, but then like enrich the community at the same time, like some real custom food options, stuff like that, that really speaks to the community, as well. So yeah, to just kind of bring those things together. And it'd be a first run theater. You see the new stuff, you know what I mean? Like I grew up having to go to the old Avondale Mall and, it was a dollar theater, my feet stuck to the floor and stuff like that. Which is cool, but, you got the movies for cheap, but, I want something community can be proud of.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So that's my big one. But I'm also passionate about getting like high school kids information about financial aid, or just their options beyond high school period. Because I feel like high school counseling is so geared toward the college prep track. Yeah. Then they do anything to get these kids to commit to a college prep diploma, and then whether they do it or not, whether they've informed them or not on their options, they don't care. And then they steer them away from the technical. Don't do that. No, we need technicians. My dad's a plumber. He's been in business for almost 40 years. And he keeps saying all the time, it's disappearing. Like there's less and less young kids coming in to fill in the old head spots. And we're gonna need tradesmen. Houses still need plumbing and electric, and they still are built the same.
HVAC, we still need money. They do. HVAC people make good money.
Exactly. So I'm just passionate about giving them like their options, from sophomore, junior, senior year. Like these are all the options.
Right.
Or if they want to go into something like music, which you're kind of dabble in as well. Yeah. Well, find a studio that has, there's studios that have programs, our guy.
Gray Matter Collective.
Gray Matter Studios. Yeah. They have a program for young people who want to get into engineering and producing and stuff like that. But just finding stuff like that. Find somebody who's doing what you want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that way you may not have to go 4 years to
take
get
a $50,000 loan
just to get started.
To study something that you really weren't sure about, but you went just because you thought it was the right thing to do.
Right.
Exactly.
That's so great. That's my the two things are always on my mind. If I could just do it.
For me, I think mine would be tech driven. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like it's a bunch of things, and I always talk about this. It's just like, it's a lot of things that you can do going through high school, just like learning programming. You don't necessarily need a degree to do programming. If you go into an interview and you could tell them, and because they're going to give you scenarios, and if you can answer the questions, you're the perfect person for the job. Yeah. And that's all it takes is being able to just put a little patience behind it. You ain't got to go to Georgia Tech or something like that and spend thousands of dollars just to get what you can learn in your home. You know what I'm saying? An hour a day. You know what I mean? Just like I tell you about the CompTIA A+ exam, $272. Pass the test, you can be an IT tech. You know what I mean? Starting at $50,000 to $65,000 a year, depending on where you land. You don't even really need, because that stuff like that, you don't need experience. You just need to have, if you have that certification. Now, if you come out of college with a degree, you need experience. You know what I'm saying? But if you have that cert, you don't need experience. They already say you qualify because those tests are hard. But all you have to do is spend a little time. You know what I mean? All it takes is time. Yeah. And just like with the Cisco network and stuff, all it takes is time. You know what I mean? Like every cert, and it's just like companies out here that if you could pass an aptitude test, you can go and like AdCap you could go apply to them if you pass the test and go through their first level. All they do is train you all the way up into a Cisco architect. Cisco architect make $180,000 off rip. You know what I mean? I ain't touched anything in the networking sector, but you got the knowledge. They believe in you, so you can work. Even in felons, you know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. In the IT industry, you can have it. As long as it's not a violent, you know what I'm saying, crime, you can work. You know what I mean? So stuff like that, and you know, teaching people about investing and getting people more involved in figuring out how to be robotics technicians and stuff like that, because AI is a real thing. You know what I mean? So it's coming. You know what I mean? So we have to be able to hop into jobs that's gonna benefit us, because a lot of industries, like I tell y'all, that I go to, that robots are phasing them out.
Yes.
Just like a lot of textile industries and stuff like that, it's robots moving all up through that place. Laser got it. You know what I mean? So teaching people like, yo, you might, if you ain't trying to help people's minds, bodies, you know what I'm saying, or do a trade, going to school for philosophy is not good. I know I keep saying that. And I know we know some philosophy people, but yeah.
Hey.
That's how I feel.
I couldn't do it.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But that's the thing. Like, we have to prepare to be in an economically stable place and be able to have some kind of ground in the future, because like it's so many times that we go out here and we want to do things and we use college as a bumper between adult life. So we're like, I could use it. I could still spend a little bit of time in my youth and not have to really prepare for the world. But just like I said in a quote the other day, like denial is not a plan. You know what I mean? So if you're trying to set yourself up and say, I could just deny this and defer this, and it was like, yo, you don't want to get yourself 4 years down the road and that got nothing to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or you spent time going into a degree and you didn't do no internships, anything, so you just basically just spent money just to party. And just doing stuff like that, you know what I mean? And investments.
Yeah. That's good.
Tech driven. That's the future.
It is.
It is the future.
Technology and finance.
Yep. Yep. Oh, so we ready to start?
Is it 5 o'clock? Is it 5 o'clock?
Is it who?
5 o'clock.
4:45.
Oh, okay.
The good went through that fast. I'm finna go into the official show.
Yeah, let's do it.
You don't want to do it?
Do it.
What?
Go into the official show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
what? I'm gonna adjust the camera.
Oh, you gonna adjust the camera?
Oh boy.
Let him do his thing.
You don't like it right now?
Is there anybody on?
Huh?
Anybody watching?
Yeah. Chris and some other folks.
Hello, Chris.
Some of our regular people are coming through.
Oh, we have 6 on right now.
And Facebook Live, they were nice to us and then take out stuff out all the time. We're still with them.
Facebook Live is definitely good for taking stuff down.
No, like, for no reason. Like, I'm talking about, like, they just ghosted all our videos.
All of our
on a Monday.
And we emailed them like, yo, what's going on, man? Like, and they were like, yeah, dude, we do that because we Facebook, man.
So they can do what they want.
Yeah, we got you. You ain't finna uninstall this app. I bet you.
Right.
I mean, you want to keep up with your friends, don't you? What about Tom?
Oh, not Tom.
What about my auntie that I don't
exactly.
Facebook?
Right.
That's the only reason I haven't deleted Facebook.
That's how I help my family keep up with me. Oh, I see you out there doing things. Got your little company and all that.
Right.
That's how you seen your grandma. Actually, since you being nosy. You know what I'm saying? I had to drop off some dirt and get in the garden and stuff. Which I didn't expect, but I did expect it because my grandma always put it. So I had to go till the ground and get to putting some seeds in the ground to grow some vegetables.
Vegetables?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how most people say
vegetables.
They say vegetables. Great. All right, we ready? Go live.
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, man. I didn't click it right.
What did you do?
Mella, come get this.
Oh boy.
He messing stuff.
Please.
Hey man,
I just got it
like
back.
Max, man, on PC, cuz. I don't do all that Max stuff.
Team Mac.
I got Samsung all the way.
Apple, everything.
Right. My computer, Samsung, everything.
Okay.
I'm a very proprietary man. All right, we live again.
Okay.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Darius J.
And I'm Stevie Neal.
And this your girl, Mela G.
And I'm Zarinah.
Wow. She's really
Y'all got a new mate. Y'all got a new podcast mate.
Special guest.
Zarinah.
Anasha Marie.
Portia.
One time for Black Time, Black Girl Magic, and all that good stuff. Hashtag. I'll put hashtag. Yeah. What up, everybody? How y'all doing, man? Let's get right to it. We are a show, a collective of minds that come together and give our ideas on different topics, week to week, but we skip weeks in between.
Not too much anymore. We got it straight. We got it straight. Yes.
But yo, you know what I'm saying? We believe in regular people, and we believe regular people make the world go round. So friends, Romans, countrymen, and women, cause we PC out here. Y'all be getting on us sometimes. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Before we get into the show, if you are listening, please go to YouTube, type in Convrs 8 MC, follow us, subscribe, comment, like, watch our videos, show us some love.
Yeah, man. And welcome to the show, guys. How y'all living?
So many people.
Right. We're gonna start with Miss Zarinah. How you living?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
That's it? You gonna go hood on me now? What about you? I don't know you like that. That's what's up. I'm gonna mess your name up. Anasha.
Yeah.
You
did.
You
was,
Anasha.
I saw you trying.
Exactly. Miss Anasha. Is it taller?
It is taller.
I've been doing every
All right, how you
the whole
living?
government.
Man, that ain't her real last name.
Who is that? What?
You don't know her like that.
I'm good. I'm
good?
good. Yes.
You had a good week.
Great day. Yes. I had a great week.
Yes.
Finishing off the week even better. And starting the week good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Okay. What you had going on?
What did I have going on? The whole week?
First of all, Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Or like a highlight, maybe.
Yeah.
A highlight of this week. Well, I finalized my trip, so I'm going to Costa Rica in May.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about
Costa
that.
Rica.
Yes.
Costa Rica.
Yeah, so it's very much needed. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. So now that I've paid for it, I can start shopping.
Yes, that's the best part.
That's the best part. You can do outfits together.
Right, exactly. Gotta be Instagram worthy. Right. Only do it for the gram.
Right. Do it for the gram every
Stunning on
time.
them jokers.
Right.
That's what's up. Miss Portia.
Yes.
Henderson.
How you doing?
I'm all right. You know what I mean? How you
good.
doing?
I'm good. I had a good week too.
You had a good week too?
Yes.
Oh, that's how we're doing.
What?
All right. Anyway. But yeah, Mel.
Yes.
Yes.
It was like that.
It was
I had
a
to take
big
a lot
sigh.
of deep breaths. It's been like a really emotional roller coaster this week for me. So my sister, she's pregnant and she's due. Well, that's good news, but there's a lot of complications that's going on in the background that's like not really helpful for her. Because her doctor has prescribed her to go on bed rest. Mm-hmm. But the predicament that she's in, she can't do that because she does have my 1-year-old niece and she's a busybody, and so it's like she's all over the place. But there's a lot of other complications that's behind that's kind of making me worry about if she's going to be able to get the proper care that she needs.
Right.
Because there's not a lot of family that's that close to her to be like jump in the car and like go.
Right.
So that's been kind of like the emotional part, of my week. But other than that, it's been really good. Like I said, I am a filmmaker and creative writer, screenwriter, and so I have met the halfway mark of my master's program.
Yay!
So I have 6 more months, and I'll be a graduate.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited about that. It's really great because I was able in my last class to create a website and portfolio for the work that I have already done, and I might have 2 jobs in the working. That's a higher pay raise than where I currently work, because right now I'm a daycare teacher. So that will be really great that I'm able to be able to immerse myself in an environment where I actually want to grow in.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's been like on the low end and then it's been like on the high end. So it's like a mixture.
You have your balance.
Right. Yeah. So overall, I would say it's really good. But yeah, that's how my week was. Pretty good. Yeah.
How you live?
Yeah, we're doo-wopping right now, so that's what we keep leading like this.
Step
That's right. Do that.
Oh man, but my week has been cool. Just getting through work. I like my job, man. I really do. But I'm not a morning person. Surprisingly, and I haven't really adapted to the whole, 5 days every morning thing. Because for a long time, I worked at a movie theater. That's kind of like where that movie theater conversation, so I'm used to my schedule getting broken up.
Yeah.
3, 2, or something like that.
Yeah.
So I still haven't gotten used to it. I've been doing this for like almost 7 years now.
Having
a 9 to 5.
It's something new.
7 years.
That's a long time not to get used to.
Exactly.
So that just tells you how less of a morning person I am.
Yes.
But it's good. At least there's vacations and stuff, as opposed to my old job. Where there really wasn't. So.
Yeah.
You just took off whenever.
Right.
I just took off. You didn't get paid.
You didn't get paid for
that week.
Right.
You gotta work some doubles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Be able to take off.
Get your life together.
Exactly. So it's just been good. It's been good. And then on Friday, our guy got engaged.
Elijah.
Oh, and Samantha,
Samantha.
episode 27.
From the UK.
Yes.
Stop it.
She appeared on episode 27. So congratulations.
She got some fire cakes.
Yes. Atlanta Dessert Company,
gosh.
everybody. Atlanta Dessert Company.
Ooh, those cakes are so good.
Yes.
See you cry.
Yes.
I'm thinking about it.
I know.
You got caught up.
My mouth just started
But
watering.
congratulations to you two.
I only like buttercream frosting.
It's okay. Come back to the
Really, real good. Yeah, all right. So yeah, just we had to kind of get them in for the surprise. They did it at IKEA. That was a grand spectacle.
Really?
It was so crazy because like there were people that he actually got together to be there for it, but then there was literally customers just waiting around.
Yeah, because they saw the signs and everything.
So it was like a good 50 to 75 people just standing there.
Wow.
I was like,
just
man, we need
waiting.
some fireworks, cuz just set off the fires.
That would have been
on a white
so
horse.
dope.
Right, yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice.
Dope.
So yeah, that was a highlight of my week.
Highlight and
besides being here back in L Lab 1 / only because we're not back at the other place anymore.
Yeah, appreciate it though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's been my week. How you living, Dairy J?
Oh,
Swivel.
are you about to sing? Oh.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I've been living good, man. You know, it was a good week. You know, very productive. My wife got me eating a bunch of fibrous food and just like not meat. So it's been cool.
I feel you. I'm on Whole30 myself.
Yeah, so you know it's been straight. You know what I mean? I lost 7 pounds. But
shout out to the wife.
Without you, I still be eating bologna sandwich.
She got your back.
Exactly. So you know, man, introduced me to Vitamixes and juices. I didn't even know what that was. I thought you brought some alien contraption.
Oh my goodness.
I don't work with CIA, homie. I'm from the streets. Yeah, good. You know, been working out and stuff like that. Been trying to like make a plan because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things been pointing me in another direction for us to get really back into the tech field. 2 of my friends called me. I can't say where you work at, so I'm sorry, I ain't gonna say it. You know what I mean? But they work at some high tech, you know what I'm saying, governmental, you know, places. You know what I mean? So, you know, but it was just encouraging me to get back into it, man, because I kind of like, I left it alone and went to the logistics side of things, and you know what I'm saying, it just kind of, you know, been doing the trucking industry stuff, and you know, cause I know how to do that stuff too, like, you know what I mean. But it's been paying the bills and they've been paying them pretty good. So I was like, hey, you know, I stay with this. They getting these fire checks. You know what I mean? So yeah, like Fire Island, no. But going back into that and just trying to get a plan together to try to get back into that so I can do my best at getting in there and doing what I need to do and get with the proper companies, and plus just being able to get in there and kind of like want to be able to teach people how to study for the A+ certification exams and stuff like that. That I have to do it first. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Since it's been so long. But I mean, I've been playing with programming and stuff like that, so I just be sitting around the house learning stuff on my own. But having to put it into action, because you know me, I got 2 guns on the hip. I don't really make a plan. I just start shooting.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So I have to get into the planning mode, which, you know what I'm saying, most of my mentors advised me to plan anyway, but I was like, I'm so successful at just doing stuff.
Doing it.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not a good planner, man. Like I just do stuff, and you know what I'm saying. God has been good to me. He's given me gifts.
Some people have that gift.
Yeah, so you know, but you know, people like, if you're trying to play the long game, you need to have a plan. Right. So yeah, if I'm gonna get and pull off and be able to be a help to people in the community and stuff like that, I have to make a plan, because I just can't walk on the plate and say, "Give me some money," cause I ain't playing. You know what I mean? I know how to do this stuff, but you know, I will do that, but it won't work. But yeah, that's what my week been like. It's been very educational on where my life needs to go for the next 7 years.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to adjust.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully.
That was shade.
Don't count.
I mean, but you know, I'm an early riser anyway. I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, so you know.
This guy goes to the gym.
Yeah, I go to the gym before he goes to work.
That's the best time to work out.
Exactly, because I just be in there, nobody don't be in there bothering me. Because it's just like when I go in the morning, this old white dude coming there and just be talking to me, trying to get me workouts. Just like, homie, I've been working out for a long time. I just let my body go a little bit, but I'm going to get it back.
He's like, I've been working out even longer.
I'm stronger than you anyway, little joker.
Oh.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, so it's just, I'm an early riser. So I have the problem with doing work after 4 p.m. That's when I just stop.
See, my
brain cut off. I was like, hey.
That was my lot in life for a third of my life.
Miller time. Oh. Yeah. Trying to get some of this Fireball and root beer going. It's actually pretty good.
Fireball and root beer?
Yeah, man. Not because that vanilla with that cinnamon.
It's good.
It's good.
I'm going to try it.
Fireball's my drink.
You know what I'm saying? Or even cream soda. You know what I mean? Like, it go good, man. And it go good with whiskey too. Yeah, that's my alcoholic tips for the day.
Oh my God! We're not sponsored, but if you want to,
right? We did have a maker's
Hey Jarvis, bring that maker's mark back. I didn't get to drink any because I was on home.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that.
Maker's mark is that deal.
Exactly.
Yes. See, we just made you some money, Jarvis.
Right.
But yes.
So, in the spirit of talking about entrepreneurship, on today, we're going to kick things off with talking about Nipsey Hussle. Oh, gosh.
I know.
Hey, man. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know me, I really admired the guy, you know what I mean? Like, he was a cool person, man. Like, all his interviews and stuff, I got to kind of see him in passing. I didn't really get to touch him like I wanted to because I don't want to be no groupie, you know what I mean? I don't want to like, but it's like, you know, he really did a lot of things and he really gave a lot back to his community, like Vector 90 and all that stuff like that. He stored a marathon, you know what I mean? Like, that was the first smart store. Like, you could scan his labels on the joint and download his records and stuff like that 3 days before they come out. All kinds of stuff. He was a very innovative person, you know what I'm saying? He always had a lot of positive things to say, you know what I mean? And I just, the world will be missing out on a lot of great energy, you know what I'm saying, by what he had to offer and what he said. And you know, in purpose of us black people, like, just growing, you know what I'm saying, together and really reaching out, because oftentimes that we get money or stuff like that and, you know, get a little bit of clout about ourselves, we turn away from the people that were around us and the people that would benefit the most from what we learned, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's something that he did because he put all his shops right on the street that he grew up from, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people, you know, kind of like been putting like fear stuff out there and just like, yo, this is why we shouldn't go back to the hood. It was like, nah, man, it's instances like that, they happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just like, you can't turn your back and then keep talking down, talking about y'all need to come up when you don't even provide the rope for them to climb up. So I feel like that's just like fear mongering, you know what I mean? But he was a good dude, man. He did so much. He even gave a lot of, like, he did good with his records for us, giving like a lot of medicine with the candy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be listening, all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, he just taught me something.
Yeah. His album, his music was definitely, you can learn something from every song that he put out. Oh, sorry. But all of his music was timeless. Like, everything that he put out, you can learn something. So he was a very smart guy.
Yeah, very smart guy, man.
Yeah, I didn't really know who he was until all this happened. Sorry for those who are watching, because I mean, it's
okay.
Yeah, but I think loss is something that's just relatable,
right?
You know, no matter what your influence is. But I, you know, just kind of hearing about him through media and the different things that he did, like basically being on Jay-Z status at the age of 33, like owning businesses and putting out positive music and positive energy. I think if anything, it's inspiring to see another, you know, black image in the media, not in that way, of course, you know, the death piece, but just the things that he was about, you know, and kind of giving, like, adding more to the inspiration, because I feel like a lot lately on our podcast, we've been highlighting black, like, success, like, especially youth. You know, we were talking about a young man who basically, you know, was homeless, but now he has, like, you know, 16, you know, full ride scholarships to a bunch of colleges, you know. Also another, you know, young lady, Metro Atlanta, 39, you know, opportunities, you know, over $1.6 billion within scholarship money. So it's like really loving the positive images, you know, to give like that inspiration and that hope. Like, you know what, like, yes, he did go back to his area and start this, but I think that's where it starts, you know, like things happen outside of our control. Yeah. But like when we have the knowledge and the know-how to do stuff, like that's why I feel like I'm so passionate about doing these youth programs. Is knowing where I came from and the lack of resources that I had, and I feel like if I did have, I would probably be further along. But now that I have access to these things, I have access to people in my network that can make these things happen. Then it's like, okay, well now let me go back and give these same resources to the people that I know that don't even have the money to get to Atlanta or get to the places to where they can have access to this quality equipment and things like that. So yeah, I really just inspired, you know, by his life and the things that he did. I did start listening to his music too, and it's very, very good. I really like it. I really love his vibe. So yeah, I'm really grateful that I do know about him now, you know, and just kind of like following his story, the things that he did, and see how I can continue to add to that legacy as a Black woman.
And I do too feel like it's part of our responsibility to be like that, just to be able to continue people's legacies and just not let their dreams die. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of things, and that's why I'm glad like his brother is still alive, because his brother was very, you know what I'm saying, instrumental to the success of the Code Line and stuff like that. So just to be, you know what I mean, to have lineage and have people that can continue it and won't die with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I hate that he will be in like a martyr status, but at the same time, he provides a light of hope. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is needed, you know what I mean? And it's sad that brother had to go before he really got to see his other dreams manifest. But, you know what I mean? But they're coming, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like enough people, influence enough people to start to carry the torch and to really bring something positive to that's come.
Absolutely.
I definitely agree with what you're saying, and I feel like his legacy is our legacy. You know, it's something that we are continuously fighting towards to be able to get people who are just on a different type of thinking. You know, and that's just what he was all about, was just trying to improve our thinking and trying to tell people, you know, that there's so many other things out here in the world that we could be focused on than what we're, you know, doing. The petty arguing, the fighting, the killing. You know, he was just really trying to get people past that, and it's just always going to be a continuous fight that I think that we're going to have to continue to grow.
Absolutely. I agree.
Well, no, you were not used to sharing.
Share guy, be nice.
No, because like Nipsey was just somebody I knew basically just from social media. I just remember like there was a fight at the Laker game and he kind of stood up like he was, you know what I mean? He was like kind of into the action or whatever. And he became a meme. And he's always about it now.
Very well respected guy.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because he had front row seats, so he was just like, "Hey, what's going on?" You know what I mean?
Pull the pants up. I'm like, "Oh snap! Y'all don't want the hands."
So he was very much in the lexicon, as you say. But I feel like now that, you know, it's unfortunate that he was slain, but now it's like whatever he was about now has that much more gravitas now. So I guess that is the one byproduct that would far outreach if, you know, probably if he was still around, unfortunately. But, you know, I mean, it's awesome. You know, and I think, and I hope that the momentum continues.
Correct. That's the thing that I'm worried about. You know, with this, you know, generation, everything's just here for one moment and on to the next thing.
Our attention spans aren't.
Not everybody's focusing on what Kodak Black is saying, rather than you know, rather than you know, still being able to look at his legacy and the things that he has done for the community. Now we're focusing on
something that
has nothing to do with anything. Just giving ignorance light, and it's unfortunate, you know. And I just, like you said, I just hope that the momentum carries.
Absolutely.
By the way, guys, go support Marathon Clothing Company, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of fly stuff. You know what I'm saying? I bought some hats and stuff like that. Just trying to just keep promoting people. Like most of the time, like, you know, we always just trying to shop out people that we believe in, you know what I mean? So we just, people got something, we be like, all right, go buy into it, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
And just, you know, try to promote people, because it's like people think stuff just come, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have the people on your side, you can't really make things pop the way you want to make them pop. So, you know what I mean? Like, you have to not just talk about it, you have to be about it. You have to put your dollar towards a lot of these independent Black businesses, man, in order to make them grow. Because if you don't, what are you really doing? You know what I mean? So,
okay, you better.
You know what I mean? So, no, you do it.
So before we get into the interview portion, once again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you are watching right now, please hit the subscribe button. like this video, comment. Let us know what you're thinking about the conversation. If you have anything to add to Nipsey Hussle, we would love to hear your thoughts. As if you are listening, go to YouTube, type in Convrs8 MC. We should pop up, Convrs8 Media Collective. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when our new videos are posting. We have Mela Reacts, and we have a few other things that are getting ready to launch as well, so be on the lookout for that. We'll do a greater launch for that in the future, sometime in the near future, but we would love for your support right now, and by doing that, you can go subscribe, hit the notification bell, like our videos, and leave us a comment. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Chris Maxwell just wanted to say that Kodak is trash.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Not a head, but talk that little junk. Stop that. Try to get I see him.
You all right? Cause I'm gonna have to play that back. Hear what you're saying.
Right. Yeah. Anyway.
So Capabella. So I would like to really know, like, how did it start? Like, how did it begin? Like, tell me about it. Like, how did you guys meet?
Right. We always laugh at this story.
I know, yeah. Well, Portia and I actually met at a lounge. Okay. We were bottle girls and waitresses.
You know it.
Yeah, I just spent $300.
Right. Exactly. And we both kind of really admired each other's hustle.
Yeah.
You know, if everybody was working, Portia and I was working.
Yeah.
You know
that coin.
Exactly. And that's still today. So that's kind of how we clicked.
Okay.
Initially. And just, started a friendship from there. And we kind of lost a little bit of contact. But then through Facebook, wonderful Facebook and Instagram, right. We were able to kind of come back in contact with each other and seeing that we were kind of both on the same, path. We were both networking, trying to get our names out there in two different realms. Portia was actually in media, and I was in fashion. Okay. So we were both kind of networking and just trying to build a name for ourselves in that way. When we came back together, we started having conversations about, our struggles. Kind of within what we were doing, even though it was separate, but we still kind of related to the same struggle as far as when we would meet people, try to connect with them. Unfortunately, Atlanta's very cliquey. So if you didn't drop the right name, or if you didn't know a certain person, if you didn't even have a certain handbag, people, were looking a different way at you, and we just kind of felt that there, like she said before, there was something missing. So we kind of wanted to introduce something new. Yeah. Not only for women that we felt could relate, but also for ourselves.
Yeah. Right.
For ourselves, because, we wanted that for ourselves, to be able to have, some type of community where women can kind of come together. And with the resources that we were providing, that we could be able to help women, because we know it's needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
you wanted to add to that?
Oh yeah, I was just piggybacking off of what she said. Basically, finding the gap of entrepreneurship and professionalism, because we do know not everybody is an entrepreneur or aspires to be one. Yeah, some people would prefer to climb the corporate ladder, and we do need more women and even Black people, just to throw it out there, that we need them in higher positions, as far as VPs, as far as district managers, as far as presidents, chief financial officers, stuff like that. Yeah. So we wanted to actually, just to have a community for both, where we could teach people that, hey, there are reachable resources to further you in whichever direction that you're deciding to go. So
absolutely.
So how did Capabella get to Ms. Zarinah Dennis?
Oh my God, I'm so excited for this story.
So we had the opportunity, Portia actually introduced the idea about us honoring women. Right. So we wanted to be able to kind of celebrate. We had a wonderful year last year. We introduced a summit, our summit, The Chronicles of Her. And in that summit, we did different classes, you can say, just different things that we needed. Banking, relationships, and we wanted to kind of do an end-all.
First-time home buying.
Yes, and we wanted to kind of do an end-all, to kind of celebrate our summer summit. and why not do a gala to celebrate that?
Wow.
So with the gala, we wanted to also honor women, professionals, and entrepreneurs. And we wanted them to be able to be nominated and supported by their peers.
Yeah.
So we had people nominate women who they aspired and things of that nature, and Zarinah was one of the nominees.
And she won.
I mean, her community, her support system, they went hard for her. Truly, you can tell that they truly love what she's doing, and they truly support everything she's doing. And I mean, they were on fire. Like our
email box was blown up.
Votes for Zarinah. Like, I mean, it was crazy. We stopped counting after a while. We were just like, okay, she got it. We ain't gonna count all this. She got it. So it's been amazing, just being able to, not only honor her, but also, help as far as being able to put a branding package together for her, and just introducing people to what her dopeness.
Because of them, like my audience has grown.
Right.
Nice.
Wow.
That's what's up. So
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
A bit about you. Little girl.
What I
don't. No, so I just started Bitter Darlings in June, but I had my first pop-up art show group exhibition in May. So it's been about a year that I've been showing and displaying my paintings and everything. So it's been going well. And then this lady, she owns Convrs8, and she reached out to me. So I sent 5 of my girls to her, my little bitter darlings, as I call them. Yeah. And so she put them on different merchandise. So I have t-shirts and swimsuits for Costa Rica.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So how did you come up with that concept?
Well, I've always drawn, especially in high school. I wasn't really paying attention in class. I just draw. It kind of kept me out of trouble too, because I used to get put out of class a lot. I mean, my grades were good, but I just was a little bit of a troublemaker. So, and then so then I got married, had kids, and so you got to do adult shit. So. So I just started back not too long ago, and it's been going great.
I just have questions about your process, because I'm minored in drawing and painting. I draw or whatever, but I'm always afraid of paint, to be honest, because paint is more something you have to form rather than just put strokes down. So, but it seems like you kind of blend it. It's like drawing with paint, and I love the way you do it.
It's so beautiful.
You know what I mean? And I love the color choices too. What's behind those choices? Is it moods? Is it themes? What are behind your choices?
I don't know. I think I get an idea in my head, or if I have a conversation with somebody, or whatever my mood is. So I'll sketch out the girl.
Right.
I'll sketch her out, and I might do the whole thing right there, or I might just sketch her out and then come back a couple of days later or whatever. So I'll sketch her out, and then I just kind of look at my colors, and I'll just pick it like that. I don't know how to just I just think,
so it's almost like you started and then you put fresh eyes on it days later. You're just oh, okay.
Yeah. So the background is just, I don't know, it's kind of like a perfect mess, which I think my life is. I feel I can get other people's lives together, but mine is kind of chaotic.
That's how most people that get other people's lives together is. You know what I'm saying? You get everybody else's life together, but be all over the place. So it's just I drawed a little bit, but I was just in the back of class making jokes. I
can tell.
Yes.
Yeah, I Jones about it in a minute. I feel, but I've been checking out a lot of your merch, you know what I'm saying, your shirts and stuff, and I was like, man, that's kind of fire to put on a shirt. I wish I had a thought to draw people.
She actually has her phone case that has her art on it right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You have a lot of stuff on there. And I'm who would have thought to promote your art? Because so many people are focused on just being in a museum or some kind of art space.
Right.
But you're like putting your art on everything, so it's just kind of like making it walking pieces of art. Like, how did you come up with the idea of just putting it everywhere?
Well, like I said, this lady reached out to me with the Convrs8 art, and so she was just like, "Oh, I love your work," and so I sent her my little darlings, and she was like, "So what do you want me to?" I was like, "Put it on whatever you think is going to sell the most." Right. She did the whole design and merchandise.
She came with the idea, and you just like, "Hey, do whatever you do, so I can set my check on it." You know what I mean? Run that bag.
Right. I know that's right.
You know? But what other things do you foresee like doing in the future? Like, since you've been getting a lot of success and start of it, what do you want to do next phase?
I would like to do like a big mural, something huge, something outside, something like
outside, something like downtown in the old business district, Atlanta, or something like that.
I don't even care.
Right. Wherever there's open space, right?
I don't care. I just throw it on.
Over spring break, we went to the skate park, and there was this guy that we follow each other on Instagram, Born Artist Official, and so he met us out there and he taught us how to spray paint a little bit.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely don't know what to do with spray paint.
It's so crazy how talented they have the detail. Like, did you see the spray painters doing Nipsey's face?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like I say, it's like
it'll be a mess. It'll be like a stick figure.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, yo, it would have been me. It would have been like smiley face with a beard. But just like since Bitter Darlings coming out, Bitter Darlings has been like, has that always been your idea to call it that, or was it something else?
No, my big girl, my oldest daughter, actually came up with it, but she thought about it in French. And so then I just put it in English. But yeah, something, because I think there's a lot of like beauty and darkness. Yeah. And so I just wanted something that was like kind of opposite. Like bitter and the dark, like,
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I think that's very catchy. Because that's why I was like, when I read it, I was like, oh, I get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It makes sense. The shirts make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it's a mood. You know what I mean? Because I was like, yo, I want to wear that mood on my chest. You know what I mean? So, can dudes buy your shirt?
Yeah, they're using that.
Okay, because I was like, because I see some colors. I was like, yo, they go good with my shoe collection.
You can wear it. You can buy it as gifts.
Right.
Yeah, I know my sister, fashionista, she is. She'll flip that joint. I forgot.
Oh, you don't do it a lot. So back to Capo Bella, I understand you guys also host events.
Yes.
So just what kind of events do you guys look to host?
Well, that actually just came about. We were doing our own events, and people were just impressed. They were kind of impressed with how we flow, and we're just both naturally bubbly people. We're always laughing,
super organized, timely.
So
we're super strict with time schedules.
People were just impressed about how we were running, our events, and you just got requests. So we don't really look for certain events to host. So we just
we just let them
look for it. They come
for the future, if we had the opportunity, I think we both would love to do, some type of maybe entrepreneur summit, things of that nature, a women's summit. I'm sure we would love to do something in that field, just to kind of be able to spread our light, as far as we can.
That's dope. I think a lot more charity events too, because we do partner with Angels of Epilepsy Foundation, and also Taste and Tell Expo, which gears towards mental health in the community. So we host hosting more charitable events as well too. So entrepreneurship, business, and charity.
Mm-hmm. What are some challenges y'all have found to be in business, and just as far as just like the workload of it? Is it any challenges in that way from any of y'all, Zarinah?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's tons of challenges, you know. Even just being inspired to continue, you know. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes with our community, not as far as Capo, but just, you know, in the Black community, sometimes if you're not doing a certain thing as far as music or, you know, hosting all kinds of different type of parties, you know, people may not be interested. Yeah. If you don't have that certain clout, you know, then they're not interested. Mm-hmm. You know, if you don't have an Instagram celebrity there, they're not interested. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's just getting the continuous support, you know, to host these events or to host our own events and having people even show up. You know, we work hard. We work hard to get people, like we stalk people to get them to show up to our events, you know, and sometimes it is a little frustrating, you know, you put so much into these events and, you know, you may not have the turnout that you may want it to be, you know, but at the end of the day, we know that we're doing it for a bigger cause and, you know, that's the inspiration in itself. You know, somebody had asked me that just the other day, one of my friends from high school who had just, I guess, been admiring my page or our business page, and I didn't even realize it. And she was DMing us asking, you know, for favors. She's like, what's your best business advice? And I was like, really just consistency. Got to stay consistent. You know, it's not going to be easy. You know, the likes aren't just going to come. The people aren't just going to come to you. It's a lot of money that you have to invest into yourself. But at the end of the day, you know, if you put that plan together and you see it pay off, you know, then you know that you're doing the right thing. You know, like, you know that you know it's going to pay off towards the future. And, you know, we've been seeing that coming, you know, just the people that even we've been interacting with, just how they just want to help us. It's like, why do you want to help us so much? But it's a blessing.
I think that's a part of us being like our consistency, and then people see that we want to be taken serious, because we make that on the forefront. When we're partnering with people, we let you know, like, this isn't a joke, this isn't a hobby, this is our business. So effective communication, I will say, from the outside parties, but that plays into being taken seriously. So it's like, you know, we reach out to connect and to partner and things like that, but we like to handle things a certain way, to be taken serious and to have people want to cooperate with us as a community. So I think that's a struggle, trying to get people to be on the same communication rapport and professionalism.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I think for myself, it's my schedule, because I work and then I just got finished with school, so I got my 3rd degree.
Come on.
Hey.
Come on. Just slide that in there.
It made it sound like that was easy.
My 3rd degree.
So I have a master's in instructional technology and an EDS in curriculum and teaching.
Wow.
And I'm also a mother, so just like work and school and my kids, and then trying to figure out like what to do next, because I'm by myself, so I don't know this whole ins and out of like the art world. And so, you know, some places they want you to drop off the artwork, which is great, and other places they want you to hang it yourself. So that's just all it is. So
she's like, oh
you know. So, and then like she said, communication skills, like, please respond to the email. Like, if I send you something, if I submit to something, say yes or no, maybe. Don't just like leave me hanging. I can't stand that.
You know what I mean? So that's definitely a struggle. You know what I mean? Communication.
And don't slide in the DMs or anything.
Oh my God.
What you can do is you can buy something.
You heard it here. You can buy something. You know what I'm saying? You only click the link. You know what I'm saying? You're going to spend some money. You know what I mean? You don't want to hear nothing you got to talk about. You ain't going to spend no money on getting no clothes, no art, nothing like that. Shut up. Anything else, and you want some business, send it through the email. You know what I mean? That's what's up.
I think a key thing that you guys said, which we kind of like looked at each other because we literally just had this same conversation, is investment in self.
Yes.
Because like it takes hard work to make a profit.
Yes.
And so, like, I think, too, like, we were trying to figure out, okay, what is it going to be? Like, we're coming up on a year for this podcast, which is so amazing.
Yes.
It's crazy how, like, just, we, you know, started with them two, I came on, and then how it's just grown and progressed to, like, you guys are, like, our very first booking from, like, online, so through social media. Yeah. So it's, like, I think in that moment, it was like, man, like, we really are trying to, like, you know, put our best foot forward in this and really trying to make, you know, a name for ourselves. But I think, too, it's just like that key point of investment itself, especially financially. Yeah. Until we get to that point where people see what we're doing and want to invest because they understand how much of an impact it's going to make on the world, in that particular community, or whatever the case may be. So it's just so, like that's been a challenge for us as well. It's just more so, like, how can we put together a plan and be able to be effective in that, and, like, okay, what are the necessary things that we need to do in order to try to get these things, like, started.
Right.
So
is social media easy to you guys? Does it come easy to y'all?
You know, I will say the key to social media, like, as far as like your personal, like your business social media, have a social media calendar. Have days. So we have days, Monday through Sunday, we have written down what we're posting at what time, and then it's just to keep the content consistent. I think that's the key thing.
You have to post.
You have to.
Because that's what I've been noticing from y'all social media joints, like y'all.
So is it like a specific? So how did you come up with your specific times? Because I know there's a lot of times, like, one time doesn't work for someone else, and how often do you look
at
your insights. So we always look at our insights. So, like, our posts are, our followers are most interactive at noon for some reason. Y'all at work. But they're most interactive around noon or between, like, noon. Sometimes, like, on Thursdays, it's like noon, between like noon to 3 or something like that. But we look at the insights.
Okay.
So,
and where exactly on the insights is it?
So it's on the right side where the little 3 dashes are, and then you click inside. Oh, I can show you. Why am I saying it like that?
I'll sit up there just like this.
Alright. So you see here, and you just go to the 3 dots on that side, and then insights. And then it'll show you literally, like, if your followers, the percentage of male, female, gender, age, time frame,
where in America or outside of America, so we're interacting with your social media.
We gave y'all some free games.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yes, exactly. And you can see all of that, so that's super, super helpful.
Oh yeah, okay. That's great. Exactly. Free knowledge out here. You better grasp it while you're
at. Like, you know, because, like, I'm a millennial per se.
Okay.
But I'm not.
He's the oldest millennial ever.
Exactly. I'm like what they call it, zennial.
A zennial.
Oh yeah, that's what they call the ones that are in between millennials.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm 35 years old, so you know what I mean. Like, I was a part of the internet, LimeWire, Napster.
Shout out to LimeWire.
But then at the same time, I'm just like, I don't feel like getting on here making these pictures and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, come holler at me, yo. You know what I mean? I can put my phone number out there if I put a picture out there. And then my wife probably won't like that. But anyway, you know what I mean? So how do you find it? You know what I'm saying?
I just do it when I can.
That's exactly.
Normally it's like when I first wake up, or I'll have like artwork saved with my caption and everything that I'm gonna do, and then you just go to the drafts and right then.
Yeah. I think that's too, because, like, I think the challenge for me as well is that this is not the only business that I have. So it's like. So for me, like, so I'm also the leader of the social media team at my church. Okay. And so, although I do have people who help, so I'm not doing it alone, that's very helpful because there's a lot of moving parts that goes into just promoting a church and things like that. Yeah. But see, I have my own business outside of this, which is called The Art of Kai, and it's a multimedia business. And so it's like, I do photography, I do film, I do all these different things. And so it's like, then I'm trying to, like, you know, help with this. And then I'm also directing and writing a TV show right now called Cash, Confessions of a Spiritual Hustler. You know, we just did our premiere pilot episode in November. It has over 133,000 views right now, and it's still rising. Awesome. So it's like, so I think my thing is like trying to plan ahead. I think I have to be like, okay, well, I'm glad that I am in this partnership with them, so it's not just on me. Right. So it's like, it's just how we can continue to effectively communicate with one another. It's like, hey, you take these days, I take this day, or like we write out, for the week and like, okay, I'm going to post these days and like commit to it.
Schedule a post. You don't even have to do that. Just take a Sunday like this and you can actually set up a whole week of schedule
and just put it in the drafts.
And put it in, and it'll actually go out for you already. You don't have to log into Instagram at all. It'll post for you. It'll post the hashtags that you want.
I don't know that.
Having strategic hashtags are always good too. You have to have hashtags. But it'll do it for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we need to look into that, guys.
That would be great.
Handle that.
All right. But I did want to plug the Supporters Gala. You had one in 2018, and where Zarinah was named Entrepreneur of the Year.
Yes, she was.
But understand that you're having another one, and you're having it in Arkansas.
Yes,
my hometown.
You guys' homes.
Yes.
So yeah, tell us more about that.
Sure.
See, you've been plugging it, so.
Yes. Still accepting sponsorships. Just putting it out there.
Send some money.
Yes. Yeah, but we're excited. We're expanding.
Yeah.
It's awesome to be able to take it back to Portia's hometown, Zarinah's hometown as well, and just be able to put our name out there. So it's going to be June 2nd. Yes, in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Little Rock.
Yes, anybody in Little Rock, come out and support.
Hello.
Yes. It's going to be the same thing we did here in Atlanta.
Doing the same nominations. Yes. We're definitely going to make sure. I mean, they're already excited because this is something different for home, because we're so used to the same pattern for so many years. So I think when we bring this is going to be like super important to them. I think just to have their supporters supporting them.
Right.
Because we've been to so many galas and award shows. Right. And it's like, why did they pick these people, but it's the same people being nominated every year. Mm-hmm. So it's like, who's nominating them?
Right.
I mean, that's not really fair. You know, I think supporters should nominate who goes up for the nominations.
Right.
Yeah. To a certain extent. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to just bring that dynamic home. Because I see so many just women in Arkansas doing a lot of amazing things, but you would never know, because a lot of them don't really care about being recognized online and stuff like that, because their work speaks for itself. Yeah. But we would like to honor them, to bring them together, because a lot of them don't even know each other, or they don't even know that they're doing amazing things, and they're crossing each other's paths every day, and they don't even know it. So it's gonna be awesome.
That's dope.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So how does the nomination whole thing works? Like, is there you guys kind of do your research and figure out who in that community is just?
So it's like an open up. So the first bucket is so the supporters, it's a link that we give you, and the supporters put their name and their social media, and if they want them to be nominated for Professional or Entrepreneur of the Year, then Anasha and I will review all of them, and then after that we'll pick the 4. We'll narrow down and pick 4 from entrepreneurs, 4 from professionals, and then they'll vote from there. But we let them completely nominate the whole thing. We let them do the whole thing.
So what is kind of the process of elimination? Is it in regards okay, you get this pile and of people, professional and entrepreneur, what is the kind of process of elimination to get
multiple.
to
multiple
numbers,
nominations.
So the supporters, and that's about it, because we really want it to be supporter driven, so we focus on that part, because I think it's being an entrepreneur or professional, your supporters are very important and detrimental to what it is that you're doing, so that we want to make sure that's the key focus.
So Zarinah, what is your next phase of artwork? Are you just kind of chilling, or do you want to? Do you have something in the works? Because you know what I mean. Cause I know people may operate in phase, or you just kind of riding the wave of what you got going on now.
I got a couple opportunities and things going on, but it's not set in stone.
Kind of static.
I don't want to speak about it.
I feel it.
In motion.
Zarinah is actually sponsoring our gala in Arkansas, so this is amazing.
But that's dope, man.
I just heard what you said.
Don't pay attention.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? But just like a lot of the things that y'all are doing for us, just like focusing on women in business and stuff like that, have y'all got good feedback, you know what I'm saying, just from the people in the communities that y'all try to tap into?
We have.
It's an amazing response. Sometimes it's like
it's overwhelming
sometimes, because it's like we don't do it for recognition a lot of times. Like it's just like we do it because we realize not a lot of resourceful things for women in business or women trying to progress are reachable. Yeah. So sometimes you have these big organizations or these big nonprofits that they want you to reach out to, and they say they're resourceful for you, but you never hear back. Or the email tells you to go to this email, and then they click this link and you submit an application, and they'll get back to you within 30 to 60 days. Like, stuff like that. So we're just focused on being very resourceful and touchable to people. Mm-hmm. So when we do actually get reactions like that, it's super amazing that we're actually like helping people, and we're actually seeing growth from what it is that we do. So
and literally things are aligned, literally in our favor, because truly, like, people that we just come into contact with, like, we're making a connection with these people, and these people are genuinely wanting to help us. Like, I've had multiple conversations with Portia, and it just, it makes you emotional. It's like, wow, it's really good people in the world that just genuinely want to
We'll
help.
be texting each other, and we're like, girl, you see that email? Yes, girl, you don't
It's definitely an amazing feeling.
So,
Absolutely.
You a mother, right?
Yes.
So, do you, are any of your daughters artistically inclined?
Yes, they both are.
They both are. So do you foresee them putting out some stuff with you?
Oh, you talking about that mural, girl?
That would be cute for like Mother's Day. Look at you.
The gears going here,
right? Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, do you foresee that? Can you make that happen?
I don't know. Since you said something about it, we could do something like that. Yeah. But my the youngest daughter, she's done a couple of pieces in her art class that I have hung in my studio, and then my big girl, she also did cover art for like this magazine in she goes to school at Brandeis University, so it's right outside of Boston. So, yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know.
Cut the check.
Right. So but do you like have as you learn the game, do you see yourself giving the game to your daughters?
I don't know if the big girl would be like very interested in it. Like she has her own stuff. And then the baby girl, she's still trying to figure what it is that she's like passionate about. She's kind of like all over the place. So we're trying to hone in on, things like that. But I'm trying to span outside of Atlanta too. Like, I would like to do some art shows,
And somewhere
else. I did one in Chicago, and that was very well received. So I have a lot of people in Chicago that show me love and buy merchandise and artwork. And I just did a huge commission. It was 4 feet by 3 feet. Wow. So that was a struggle trying to ship it. I had to make my own box.
Oh, really? So, Home Depot. Jesus Christ.
So it's still like a learning process.
So you want to be in like major markets, or do you like going to do shows in major markets and stuff like that, or do you want to just do it anywhere for right now?
When I first started, I would do, I guess it was more like an art and party type thing. So I don't really, if it's going to be an art show that starts after 8 o'clock, I'm not too inclined to do that. Because it's just like a scene, and people want to just come to the scene, and then they want to drink, and oh, that's cute.
Right.
And then they don't take I don't think it's like
real
serious.
Respect for the art.
Right.
Yeah. I feel you.
But like huge shows like Art Basel or like these well-known like traveling shows. Something in London. I don't know why.
That's where I want to go. That's where my wife's mother was born. So I like. Man, that'd be dope. That'll give me a reason to go. Find me a nice little suit, show up.
Oh yeah.
Put a tea and crumpets. Put a little yak in mine.
I can't. I know that's right.
That's why I can't. My wife don't take me nowhere.
Exactly. Share Darius G.
So, you guys, Capo Bella, I know Anasha still does some fashion. Do you still do media, Portia?
No, I haven't done media since about a year. It's been about a year. I haven't done it. It's really hard to do media when it's just you by yourself. So. Like I was going to events with a camera and I would hang the step and repeat up and then have to go to the other side of the camera and then have to hop back on this side. It was a lot. And then, radio studio, I couldn't operate and do the, so because my partner, he had a lot of stuff going on. So it was
she did just get an offer.
I did. If I will commit to it if I can have a committed team. So I told him as long as the team is committed. But I'm really focused on humanitarianism and philanthropy and getting into local politics. So I'm trying to run for local office one day. So.
Okay.
Come on. I saw you running for president. Exactly. I told him if y'all see my dreads gone. It's time.
It's time. You did the Barack thing, man.
Coming here with a goatee, no beard. I keep my beard.
Keep the beard, man.
Listen, be you. You can still be you in politics.
Exactly.
I know with me, when I'm in politics, they're going to give me raw. They're going to get the raw portion.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be waving like this with a Hillary Clinton
Exactly. That's what I said. You know what I mean? I'm just coming in with
But I'm going to still come in with the plan on a piece of paper and like, here you go.
Right.
So like, Angela Rye, you know what I mean? I'm going to need you, homie.
Exactly.
I know you a certain. Exactly. I need one. I'm going to have my cabinet fired. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be out here. Oh, God. I ain't got no money. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what I be telling people. Like, I just got another way I want to do it. That's like the way Barack Obama, but I got another ingredient that he didn't use, and I'm going to use it. Okay. And I'm going to try. You know what I mean?
I think you are just like, if you walked into a town hall meeting, I'd listen. I would listen.
Well, homeboy tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you funny, but you really say some stuff sometimes. Like, part of my country charm. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I can't.
Now, Anasha, so what platform is this given the fashion that you do? You were doing it before, and now you have this business. So, what platform has it given your fashion stuff? And like, what have you picked up from having this business that has elevated your fashion game?
Well, I've just learned the ins and outs of a business, which has been amazing. It's so many trials and tribulations just having a business. And, Portia and I have really dug deep in actually studying everything for a business. So how that's helped me with fashion, I guess it kind of just brings a different type of professionalism to what I'm doing, so the same type of way, like she stated before, that we upkeep and want people to respect us with Capo Bella. It's now the same way that I do respect my time what I do for my fashion, and that's pretty much it. It just really kind of just helped me learn more about the things that I needed to kind of improve with my fashion business.
Awesome. Oh, you got some more questions?
Pushback.
All right, I'm going to ask some Negro questions. So, Miss Zarinah, do you ever get like some people hitting you up? I know you said something about deal. Do you get people to hit you up like, yo, let me get a discount on one of them shirts.
We were just talking about this.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know how we are.
You know how we are.
Right. You got no discount code for 50% off.
Right. When you gonna have a sale?
You gonna have a sale?
I know sale on art. Bank didn't have a sale.
Exactly. Because you know, like some people just don't respect your hustle, and they just think you're supposed to be giving free handouts. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, I had to put some time behind this. You know, you think I'm gonna give you my time for free? You can't get time back, so you shouldn't pay for
it. When I go to like the little the art shows and stuff, they will ask for like a discount. It's like, well, what if it's the end of the night and it's still here? Then it's coming home with me.
Exactly.
It don't
spoil. It ain't no rule. It's gonna go bad if you don't take it back home. Like, nah, it's still coming. Greg, I'm saying So, how about y'all, Capo Belly? Y'all ever get some people saying, hey, y'all want to do a benefit, but I need you to do the benefit between $125 and $75?
Oh, yes. In the first year, that was one of our hardest struggles was kind of just forming what we're worth, you know, what we felt we were worth, because as a nonprofit, that was the whole factor, was us giving back. So, once we started to kind of indulge a little bit more, we started to realize we were doing a lot.
Right.
Like, we doing too much. We helping people from step 1, A to Z.
All the way, literally.
For a whole event, for their business. And
starting a business all the way to doing like a brand launch for your business.
Okay, it's cool and all, but okay, now we need to get paid a little bit.
Exactly.
Or at least
donate.
For our time, so we kind of had to set up, as far as contracts, we don't do nothing without a contract these days. So, as soon as you say yes to anything, okay, well, we'll be sending over that contract. And once you do sign it, then we can go from there.
Right, exactly.
Sometimes contract make people like, oh,
she for real.
Exactly.
So you say I gotta guarantee my money.
You gotta guarantee it. Exactly.
Even if you're donating a service, we're still doing a contract.
Exactly.
Because you said
exactly
that you're donating a service.
Yeah, we never said no to anything.
We work with budgets.
We work it out. Yeah.
So we ask you, if you have a budget for something in particular, and we can work with a budget. But as far as if you're asking us how much, and then you say, oh, we want a discount. Well, we turn around and say, well, what is your whole budget for this? Instead of, because we don't like to ask, like, we're not into asking for discounts either. Like, we pay what, your worth.
Yeah.
But we always, discuss budgets and costs and things like that. Because we understand as a black business, you will not walk into Walmart and say, Walmart, I know this says $20, but can I get it for $10? And they say, sure.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
you will never do that. So.
And you mentioned kind of knowing what you're worth. Like, what was that process like, as a business? Because, I've experienced that, just kind of trying to set my prices like with my graphics and stuff like that. So what was the process like? Did you have to consult people in your field in nonprofits, or in hosting, or in something like that? Like, what was that process involved?
I mean, we kind of just had a conversation, but I think one of the hardest things with figuring that out is sometimes we, as businesses, it is great to know that you are worth $1 million, but you still want to be worked with. So you have to make it reasonable. And that's a lot of the difficult part of finding those price points. I've talked to want people to work with you, so if you're charging a person $1,000
for a 1 minute video,
whereas you could charge $250 and get 10 clients, you know what I'm saying?
It's just better, right?
You get more money. We wanted to make it reasonable. We wanted to make it so people want to work with us. We are both creative people, and we wanted to be able to show our talent. So that was the things that we just wanted to have a conversation where we felt it was worth it, but also making so it was going to be reasonable for people to want to work with us.
Funny thing you were saying about how do we find the price points. Going back to us doing research. Yeah. Funny thing is, I actually did a free course online about how to price how to do price points for your business. Okay. Depending on what avenue of business that you're in. Like, I just, read a couple of how you're how you're actually supposed to do it correctly, but you know, just looking, because it's literally like I always be like, well, let me see if it's something online that I could get. Well, before we tell them a price, let's see how we should, you know, because they literally break it down by time, you know, efficiency, turnaround time, you know, so stuff like that.
I price my art on like my time and my supplies.
Yes. Oh yeah. Paint, because I know that's not cheap. Canvases, right?
That's not cheap anyway.
Yeah.
None of it's cheap.
Like a couple artists that I know, you know what I mean, that's something that they often talk about. They be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, people be wanting these paintings, but they be like, oh, I admire your painting, and then they be like, $50. You know, like that.
What do you expect?
More than that. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like, and that's something I feel like a lot of people like. I don't like in business with like doing with people and stuff like that, and just like trying to sit around. And I be sitting there, I'm offended, and I be like, yo, you don't even understand, like, cause you just admired this art and you talking about $50.
That is great.
Like, punch you in your face. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, just like even having that point to having that standard of which you can stand on. You know what I'm saying? Saying this is how much I believe this to be worth, and this is what I'm gonna sell it for. If you want it any other way, make it yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Pretty sure your stick figure be pretty good on the wall or something. No shade, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
But
what would be you know, some advice for people who are on this journey of this starting a business, whether it be nonprofit or anything? Like, what would be your advice to them in regards to not giving up, like being persistent?
I think first you have to start. Whatever it is, you just need to start. And then they have the Small Business Association downtown in the courthouse. That's like a free service. You can go down there and talk to somebody and figure out like the steps you need to do if you don't already have someone. But you first need to start.
I definitely agree with that, and also connecting it to your passion. Because if you're passionate about something, that's what's going to motivate you and drive you to continue. You know, because you know that this is something that you truly love to do. You know, we spend a lot of money in Capo Inc., but I'm passionate about it. I love what we're doing, and I love the message that we're, you know, setting out to the world. You know, so I'm going to continue to do it. You know.
I would say having a strong support system that believes in you, because as much as people want to believe that, oh, I got this on my own, but it's that validation from people that you love and people that care about you, and that genuinely want to see you succeed. I think that is something that gears people to keep going as well, and people that actually say, hey, I'm here to, even though our interests might be the same, because I have all of me and my friends, our avenues of things that we do are totally different, but they're still always open to hearing my ideas, giving me feedback as far as what I should scale back on, what I don't need to budge on, because sometimes you have to get that outside advice from, you know, depending on any lane that you're in. So
yeah, absolutely, it's good advice.
So I also see that y'all do a blog. You know what I mean?
Oh yes.
Yeah, who does the blogs?
We both do.
Y'all both do?
Yeah.
You know, I was like, say, man, I was like, damn, I wish I could type like that.
No, my goodness. You know, I didn't even. We did a Woman of the Week, so we do Woman of the Week. So where we highlight different women in our community that are just doing their thing. I think it's very important that people have outside support, like we were just talking about. Even when you don't think people are watching, they're watching. Right. So we just want to highlight but the girl that we actually highlighted this past week, she said, who wrote this blog? And I said, well, you know, Anasha and I both did it. And she's like, can I use what y'all wrote? But I'm literally like, we literally didn't do nothing but a paragraph. But she's like, this is really good. I'm like, thank you, God. She's like, can I use this? Because, you know, we never know what to give people as our business pitch. Right. So can I just use what you wrote? I was like, okay. You can have it. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's up. You know, because this is like, I mean, y'all been telling me something about business and stuff like that, because I really don't think about like certain things. I just like, business. Right. I think of the name and then I'll be like, yeah, you know what I mean? LLC and things.
Yeah, people are super fascinated with starting a business, but actually forming it and actually putting the work into it for it to actually be a business. It's like something totally different. It's just say, I got an LLC yesterday. Okay. And did you get X, Y, and did you do this? And it's like a lot. And they're like, no, I ain't done all that yet, but
I became ordained yesterday just because I was at my sister's house. And my brother, he's engaged. And I was like, I can marry y'all. And it was like, whatever. I said, watch. 5 minutes I became ordained. I have to get the certificate, and then I got to take it down to the courthouse to register. So
that's I didn't realize how easy it was. Okay, guys, how easy it was until my homeboy said he gets extra money by marrying people, and I said, he said, Portia, just go along.
Because I know some people.
They literally pay him like $150 a wedding to do that, so he be making extra money marrying. Yo, if you did that, I would be very sad.
I can see it.
I definitely
fire touch my hand.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's another hustle for y'all. Leave me alone.
You're already about an inch from the pulpit.
Exactly. Just go on up, huh? You know what I mean? Nah.
Oh boy, y'all done gave him the wrong advice.
I was like, oh, I could just go to England, show up, like, what's up, everybody, all you bucks and all that good stuff like that. Tea and crumpets.
And
I mean, put another shrimp on the that's Australia.
Oh, shrimp on the Barbie's Australia. Okay. It definitely is.
Well, I want to disrespect.
Exactly.
Right.
Reverend Do Right. Yeah,
Reverend Do Right. I know you are not.
Oh man, I can make money like that. I'll be like, like wedding singers, you know what I'm saying? I can get married, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be everything you need to make your nuptials.
Undercover court man?
Exactly. I'm finna go online now.
Stop it.
Get your mate LLC.
Right. Get your mate.
There goes another LLC.
Right.
Oh my God.
I keep giving people free ideas. We need to stop.
You need to stop.
Yo, it's dope.
So that wraps up our interview portion. We're so grateful to meet each and every one of you ladies.
Thank you.
We are so excited about the things that you're doing in this community. We are very supportive in any way that we can be. And we're excited to see how you continue to grow. You as well, your artwork. We will definitely be following you and supporting. But is there anything that you would like to tell our listeners? Anything like to follow you or things that you're coming up? You want to throw out that Supporters Choice Award? Yes, coming up as well.
Well, first, follow us on Instagram at Capo Bella Inc. That's CapoBellaInc. If you want to hear more about the Supporters Choice Award, please go to our website, CapoBellaInc.com.
Yes.
Again, it's going to be on June 2nd in Little Rock, Arkansas. If you do want to be a sponsor, we do have sponsorship packages starting as little as $50. So be a part of a big cause, what we're doing, giving back. So there's information about that on our website as well.
That's dope. Yes.
And my social media is at Bitter Darlings, BitterDarlings.
That's what's up.
Yes.
I mean,
why y'all keep passing the mic back to each other?
Huh?
Go ahead.
Because I don't want to be up on this cheek like this, homie. You know what I mean? Like, all that.
Oh,
you know
wow.
what I mean?
Okay.
You know what? You don't got my bad side. Steve talk to me.
Almost said something. I almost said something to you.
You guys did so well. Now we gotta throw it all away and start over.
No, we throwing it.
Final thoughts. We're gonna start with our special guests. Final thoughts for the program. Portia.
Final thoughts of the program. Thank you guys for having us. Am I supposed to look?
Yeah, you can. This time if you want to drop
Thank you guys for having
nuggets
us.
For people.
We can't do this, continue. We want to be on more platforms like this to spread our voices and to let people know what we do, as well as exchange your light on what we, what you guys do. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, to second that, thank you all for giving us this opportunity to be able to not only, talk about our platform, but also introducing, Zarinah as well and her wonderful platform. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And thank you as well. I guess food for thought. My thing, I have this motto, it's like a closed mouth don't get fed.
Right.
So I think you should just do whatever it is that you want to do, as long as it's, you're not hurting or harming or disrespecting anybody. You just have to live your life for you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and shout out to y'all for y'all professionalism via email. Because I said thank you. It's just the little things that matter to me when it comes to professionalism. It's just the little things. So I gotta always.
Appreciate it.
I was talking to him. Yes.
He holds it down for us.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'll be on the email what's up, y'all? Alright, cool. We don't change the location on y'all. Y'all show up.
Oh my goodness. So final thoughts for me. Something just to reiterate what she said is just the things that you're passionate about doing, just start. Just start doing it. I think that's kind of the second time that I've heard it. Because I feel like a lot of times you can overthink and overcomplicate things. You're I gotta have this in order. And of course there is order and there are steps to, everything, but you have to start somewhere, and I think that's just kind of how this podcast came about. They just started and, now it's come what it's becoming. And it's growing and I'm excited to see where it continues to go. Like he said, we did get our LLC, so now it's not just the podcast, but it's collective. And I think even the motive behind it is being able to invite other people in our network to let our listeners know what's going on in our community, so that they can have access to the resources that we're getting access to. Exactly. So it's just kind of having a repertoire of people. So it's we have an event that we need. Capabella. Now that we have that in our network and our repertoire, we can just basically send them over to you. I'm looking for somebody, give some artwork for my, my daughter's room. We got Zarinah now. Right. So it's
or body.
So yeah, that is basically, and it's basically that. It's a collective group that would basically unite, people and have, a place where it's we have access to these people and it's not just for us. Right. You have that same access as well. So, even though it did start as a podcast, now it's because we all have different talents that we bring to the table, now collectively we can say, okay, now we have this collective network together and we're also discovering people in our community together as well. So now that we have these repertoire people, we're okay, you want photography done? We have a person for that. We want events done? We got a person for that. You want artwork? We got a person for that.
Right. Cake?
We got a person for that. So yeah, those are my final thoughts. Just get out there and do it. Yeah. Just start and be consistent. Like you guys said. So yeah, that'll be my final thoughts.
Final thoughts, Stephen Hill.
All right. So I'm also going to piggyback on that push start motto, because I'm just thinking about first episode. It's going to be a year at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Just two guys on the couch watching TV and recording what we said.
Yeah.
And it was a blast. We kept doing it, and just now so many people have come along for the ride. And I think I put something up there on Facebook this is our 40th recording.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
From 1 till 40. So in
big
a year.
milestone.
So we kind of joke about how we have our gaps or whatever, but 40 in a year. So we've only missed 12 weeks.
Yeah.
For just starting out, that's I'm pretty impressed by it.
Yeah,
I'm impressed by it.
You know, and you know, I just got goals, of course, but I'm just reflecting on it now. You know, it's just like, wow, this is number 40. Yeah. Remember we were sitting in Starbucks plotting this out from 0?
Yeah.
And now we're doing this for the 40th time.
Yeah.
You know. Wow.
Thug life.
So that's my final thought. Push. Start. Push start.
Push start.
Yes.
Darius J, final thoughts.
Thank you. Final thought for me. I guess I'm a horsey back off of it.
Not horsey back.
Yeah, you had to do it.
But nah, man, just the push start thing is just, I feel like that's been a thing that's kind of like been echoing through my week. Or it's just some of the people I talk to, you know what I mean? Some of my mentors I've talked to, and just really just being purposeful in my intent, because I do recognize my talent to just get in the middle of chaos and organize it. But, you know what I'm saying, that can't always be the thing that drives you, because it's like, in order to finish a marathon, you have to have a plan. You have to start from day one learning how to run a 5K good.
Right.
From 5K, you know what I'm saying, just step it up every time. So it's just, you know, enjoying the process. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's something that we've been talking about at church, the process.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, you know what I'm saying, really just enjoying the process, and even through the slow times, and even through the times when we was having the gaps in the podcast, and I was just like, I'm really not enjoying this, you know what I mean? But wanting to be out there and wanting to be able to do it, but being thankful for the times that we did, because it came at a good time. We had a lot of things going on in families and stuff like that, right. You know what I mean? And just had to be present in other areas, you know what I'm saying? But persistent, you know, being persistent, you know, being consistent, you know what I'm saying? And really just doing the things that are hard, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I always talk about the, you know, thing that makes life easy is doing the difficult things first, you know what I'm saying? And seeking to do the difficult things. But if you always seek out doing the easy, life will become difficult, because that's all that's left on the other side.
Come on, word.
So, you know what I mean?
I know.
Just being honest with yourself too, you know what I'm saying? Being able to look in the mirror and accept your faults. Because I feel like, you know, Mr. Joe Morris today gave me like the most serious Hadouken. You know what I mean? And he was like, it's true. And I was like, yeah, I had to just drop my head a little bit. Like, I got to take that one, because that's real. You know what I mean? And just being, I can't let time go by, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of do things that I can do just because I do them. But if I really want to do the things that I'm passionate about, just like this, you know what I'm saying? Because I see this being bigger than it is. And, you know what I'm saying? Being able to shoot, eventually interview Barack Obama and Michelle Obama and Oprah and all that stuff like that, Diddy, you know what I mean? Like, just to be able to get in the face of those people and be able to, you know, be myself, but giving everybody else outlet and just giving people some hope, you know what I'm saying? Saying that you don't always have to be a person of affluence, you know what I'm saying? And you can start from the bottom and go to the top, like Dre said, start from the bottom.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, doing that, you know what I mean? And just believing in yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't believe in yourself first, nobody else will, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, if you don't love yourself, nobody else can.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's my final thought.
Awesome.
Well, that wraps up the L podcast. That's Spanish for the podcast.
Yes.
So, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, we appreciate y'all coming, man.
Yeah,
I really thank y'all.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I would definitely, you know, keep rotating y'all around, investing in y'all businesses and stuff like that, because we do believe in that. You know what I mean? That's something that we always try to do. We don't just want to be talking about it. We want to actually be about it. So, you know what I mean? It's just passing along and giving y'all, you know, pumping y'all up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, that's what we're about out here in these streets.
And that's what it's all about, you know, networking and continue to kind of filter it in the community.
Yes, absolutely.
So, you know, growth, everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Spend your money at BitterDarlings.com.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you can't find it, go on the Instagrams. Click. It's the thing up on the thing.
Oh, the thing.
This is my country person description. Click on the thing that's blue. You know what I'm saying? Go say BitterDarlings.
but $1.
You know what I mean? And go get some stuff, man.
Yes.
Purses, little clutches. They got some little clutches and purses and stuff like that. And phone cases.
Mugs and
you know what I'm saying? If you
I
don't want to tell people how you feel, just show them how you feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shirt, you know what I mean? That's how I feel about you right now, sucker.
Yeah, go ahead and take that from him, please.
And if you're a business that wants to expand your reach to Central Arkansas,
exactly.
Go ahead and sponsor this Supporters Choice Awards, guys.
That's like I said.
Second,
just packages as low as $50.
That's right.
Come on now.
$50. You spend that on going to the movie.
Hello. Exactly.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? So, do your thing. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? If y'all want to learn something about expanding y'all business, contact these ladies, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already heard their professionalism. Now, email, hop in the DM. All told y'all, don't do that. You know what I mean? You've been warned. Be hopping in the DMs, and then when they smack you up in the DMs, be like, oh, they being rude to me.
No. Warning comes before destruction.
Right.
Come sideways, you get smacked sideways. Come on now. But, you know, definitely, you know what I'm saying, do your thing and support these ladies, man. I appreciate y'all for real. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys so much for having
me.
Thank y'all.
I kept us cracking up.
That was my favorite part, is laughing at y'all.
So, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. This is Convrs8. Peace out.
We talked about that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We did.
I just did my own thing. My bad. I forgot y'all was in here, kids.
Nah,
and we out.